realize now that I have left out a number of things as I've gone along, and I want to go back now and add some things from my earlier years. So I'm leaving the age group that I was on, which was age 15, I believe. And I want to leave that now and go back to earlier years to fill in with some things I forgot. And the first is when our family took our vacation to San Antonio and Corpus when I was 9 years old. We went first to Austin, and Daddy showed us where he had stayed when he was a student and some of the places that he had enjoyed when he was a student, like Barton Springs and places like that. And then we went down to the Capitol, and we went into the state capitol, and we were so impressed with it. And my daddy told us how it was built of limestone that was quarried just west of Austin. And beautiful pink limestone. And then inside there were these statues of Texas heroes and so many interesting things, and all so beautiful. And we took a tour of the inside, and I remember it took us up several stairs, and we would go up and look up at the dome and look down below where we had been. And it was such a beautiful, exciting view. And we just kept going up, and finally we got to a place where the tour leader said the tour would not go any higher, that it was too dangerous. He said there was a winding stairway. It was like a spiral stairway leading up to the very top of the dome. But it was so dangerous that they did not let the public use it. And so the tour was going to end right there. And we were able to look down and see that we had come a long way up, and it was still so beautiful. Well, when the tour guide said that it was too dangerous and not many people could make that climb, only a few, my daddy wanted to accept the challenge and climb up to the top. And guess who wanted to go with him? I insisted that he let me go with him. And so I climbed up that spiral staircase with my daddy right behind me in case I slipped and fell. And gradually, little by little, we got to the top. We got to the very top of the staircase which was the very top of the dome. And we could look down, and oh, I could barely bear to look down because it made me so scared and so dizzy. But I was so proud that we had come that far, and so glad that my daddy had let me come with him up there. Then, of course, we had to go down, and oh, that was difficult. And my daddy went first this time, and he had me coming right behind him. And oh, I can remember how hard it was going down that spiral staircase. And I couldn't bear to look down as we were moving because it made me feel too scared. So I just kept my eyes on my daddy's belt around his waist. And that's what I looked at as we climbed down that spiral staircase. Little by little, we got down and made it down to where the tour was waiting and where Mother and Aunt were waiting for us. Oh, I was so proud that I had made it all the way up to the top of the dome of the Capitol. As I looked up there, I could hardly believe that I had made it up there. And I was just as proud, I think, at anything I had ever done in my life. It was so exciting for me. And then we went down and completed our tour. And about 2 weeks after we got home, my daddy came in and said he had heard that they were not going to allow the public to climb up that spiral staircase any longer because it was just too dangerous. So it was going to be closed to the public, and the only people who could go over were the people who were working to restore the Capitol dome. Oh, that just made me even more proud that I had gotten to do that. So I got to do something that most people would not be allowed to do. And nobody after that was allowed to do it, except that those people were repairing the dome. So, oh, I was proud as could be. And ever since then, as I see the Capitol, I very often remember that climb to the top and how scary that was, how exciting it was, and how thrilled I was that I got to do it when most people were not allowed to do it. So that's what